Hey guys, it's Chris, and today I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to set up your basic fishing pole. So, if you have a one-piece pole, you obviously can skip this step, but since I have a two-piece pole, I'm going to show you how to do it. You want to take your top part and slide it in to the bottom one, and when you do this, you want to make sure that you get it in there real tight, so when you're fishing, it doesn't come loose. Now the second part is to make sure that your eyelids are all lined up straight. Now by doing that, you just want to go like this and check. So right now it's a little off. So what I'm going to do is just move it over a little bit and then recheck it. So that's a lot better. So now, the second major part is to put your fishing reel onto your fishing pole. Now you want to find this little slit on the bottom of your pole and place the bottom of your reel into it. Unscrew that so it fits in. Now there we go. Now you want to start screwing up until it gets all the way into the top part. And you want to make sure it's real nice and tight, because if it's loose, it's going to be really wobbly when you fish and it's going to annoy the heck out of you. Now the second part is to thread the line through your eyelids. So the first step is to open your bail so your line is accessible. So you want to grab your line, and now you just want to go one by one and thread your line. Now when you're doing this, go nice and slow and make sure you don't miss one, because if you miss one, it's going to mess up your whole entire setup and it won't work the best. Last one. Okay. Now it's time to tie on your bait of choice. Now when doing this, I like a lot of line out, so it's a lot easier to do it and a lot less stressful. Put your pole to the side. Okay, now you want to grab your bait of choice. Now depending on what you're fishing for or what the weather's like, it's all going to depend on what you're going to tie on. So for today, we're just going to show you how to basically tie on a jig head and just show you the ways on how to tie a knot. So your first step is to make sure that you get this part through the eyelid. Now I like to do this part with a lot of line, so it's a lot easier. If you don't have a lot of line, it could be really complicated and you could just mess it up. So make sure you have a lot of line out like that. Now you want to take this part and thread it back through. Okay. Now you want to pull this out, and then make sure they're about even. Kind of like little bunny ears. Now you want to take both sides and crisscross them. You want to go like this, and then once you have them crisscrossed, you then want to take this loop right here and put it back under this main loop. So once you do it like that, you then have another loop. So now once you have this loop, you then want to put this through your lure. Now during this whole process, you want to hold this part of the line tight, because if it's all loose, or if you let go, you're going to have to start the process all over again. So now we have our loop, and now we're just going to put our lure through this loop. So once we do that, we then want to pull extremely tight and make that knot as clean as possible. So that's pretty tight. Now you see how clean the knot is? That's how you want it to be. If it's kind of loose, just keep on pulling it tight until you get it like that. Now you see that there's two pieces of string, one that lead back to our fishing pole and reel, and one that is just loose. So you want to cut this part, because when you're fishing, it's just going to get in the way and you're not going to catch as much fish. So you want to take some sort of knife or pliers or scissors or whatever you have available, and you want to hold this part of your line tight, and you just want to cut right like that. You don't want to leave too much or too little, because if you have too much, it's still very visible to the fish. But if you leave too little, your knot then could slip and then come undone. So just right about that size is good. Now, all you do is put your lure on your eyelid, kind of like that, reel up, and now you're ready to go fishing. Thank you.